everyone, it's me, Jonii. I'm home alone today, which means that I can break every rule of the house. Finally, I'm allowed to swear. I can say fuck. My mom walked in, she took my GameCube, she took my Wii. I can't even play the bad monkey ball games. My life is over. I don't know how I'm gonna get my monkey fix. The N-Gauge isn't for repairs, so I'm low on options. What's a YouTuber to do? Wait, what's that light? Mother of God. I've got to tell Ninja about this.
Jonii, again? What does he want this time? Hello?
Ninja, I've just made the most mind-blowing discovery possible. Just when every option at my disposal had seemed out of reach, from the heavens descended two angels to save me in my time of need. Ninja, there
were two Monkey Ball Flash games, right?
Yeah?
And you wanted to talk about them, right?
Yeah. Ah, yes. 2001. Truly the era of peak web design. Every video game had a shitty Shockwave website in 2001. It was just a rule. Anyways, while all of these websites obviously contained information on the game in question, and since only having giant walls of text is lame and boring, a lot of them also had trailers, music, screensavers, desktop backgrounds, and, if you were lucky, promotional Flash games. These are so interesting, especially looking back at them years later. You had stuff like the Sonic Mega Collection Plus Flash game, which is a fairly straightforward replica of Sonic 1 to sell you on the game. And then you had stuff like Dr. Mario Vitamin Toss, which is just a mess of playable stock art that doesn't even remotely resemble the game it's trying to promote. And then, somewhere in the middle, you had the Super Monkey Ball Flash games.
Because it was the early 2000s, Sega of course followed the trend and made sure to get Monkey Ball a promotional Flash game of its own. According to the Monkey Ball 1 page on the official Amusement Vision website, may it rest in peace, the Flash game was hosted on Shockwave, which unfortunately the link for it wasn't archived. Thankfully though, somebody found a mostly complete version of it on a random Flash game website, so it can still be experienced today.
When you first boot up the game, you are greeted by a series of JPEGs and some music from the GameCube.
Compressed to perfection.
After clicking over to the menu, you are presented with three options: credits, start, and how to play. If you view the credits, you'll see that this game was developed by 13-4. I don't know if that was a company or just a guy, but I can tell you that the top Google result is a wedding planning studio, so I can assure you, it is not them. At least I don't think so. Who knows, maybe they switched career trajectory at some point? Our friend Goober13MD actually just made a video about the Monkey Ball Flash games, and he found out that 13-4 was the alias of one Mike Dobbins, who, to my knowledge, does not run a wedding company? Not sure. Could be wrong. We might be referring to that video more as we go on. There's a lot of good info in it. Highly recommend. How to Play gives you instructions on, you know, guess. Honestly, guess. And start. Why do I baby my audience like this?
Enough babbling on about stuff that doesn't ultimately matter. Time to actually play.
Ready?
Oh. The first thing you notice is just how sensitive the controls are. The movement is controlled with the mouse, which you use to tilt the stage, which may seem a bit obvious to say like, duh, it's Monkey Ball, but this game legitimately feels like you are tilting the stage to move rather than moving the item itself. The game gives you some indication of how much you're moving the stage with two bars present on the screen, and a yellow box on the middle of either to act as a dead zone of sorts. Every tiny mouse jerk will make you move a great distance, making precise movements very finicky sometimes. The way I ended up controlling this game was by treating the two bars as if they were a D-pad of sorts, only slightly passing the yellow square of safety long enough to get a little movement out before retreating. Another technique I found to work was to use the hand that wasn't on the mouse to hold my other hand down to make sure I didn't overshoot my movements.
When Ninja says the controls are sensitive, he means the controls are sensitive. Oh my god. You move your mouse slightly and eye is gone. It's really tricky to get a handle on them. Another issue I had at first is that, for some reason, I had it in my mind that the controls were inverted. You move your mouse to the left and you're tilting the stage to the right. Completely the opposite in practice. If you move the mouse to the right, the stage goes right. Idiot boy. Naturally, as you would imagine for a game with overly sensitive controls, this is immensely difficult. The stage designs, when you look at them, seem pretty manageable. They're really basic, definitely the type of thing that would be really easy in proper Super Monkey Ball. Although, aside from the Amusement Vision logo, none of them are recreations of GameCube stages. But even though this game is from a different perspective on a very different platform, it still requires the one thing that Monkey Ball always requires: precise, control. And when a slight shift of your mouse yeets your damn monkey halfway across your browser window, it's much more difficult to manage in practice.
It isn't helped by the camera angle, which can lead to some situations where you're unsure where you are in relation to the edge of the stage. This is more of an issue on levels like 4 or 2, which is one of the most precise ones in the game. Apparently Monkey Ball 1 just likes having horrible difficulty curves. On the topic of level design, they don't exactly give off the impression that a lot of design work went into them, especially the later ones. They aren't necessarily bad, but I'd be hard pressed to call them cleverly designed or memorable with some classics like a spiral, 2 boxes, and a sideways V. You did it. I imagine they realized just how well the game controlled and attempted to avoid overwhelming the player. Throughout your playthrough, you will be hearing Jungle Island from Monkey Ball 1 playing on loop. It's actually the full song, which means this game has the longest soundtrack that Monkey Ball N-Gage does.
Another thing this game has that N-Gage doesn't is Dole Bananas. Finally! A Flash game officially licensed by Dole! I've been waiting for this all my life.
Johnny, you do know this game came out in 2001, right?
Listen, I look for comfort wherever I can find it, and I don't need you taking it away. Anyways, when you finally beat the game, you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir! The game just loads forever, and that's your reward. Buy the GameCube, you sad, sad child. This is, once again, where our friend Goober comes in. Long story short, the reason the Flash game is incomplete is because whoever extracted it from the official website and put it on a bunch of non-official websites didn't get the whole game. He missed the 10th floor, and so the game infinitely tries to load the 10th floor. You don't really get anything special for beating the 10th floor, but you know, I figured I would point that out. If you want more information on this, please look at Goober's video. I'm gonna keep advertising to you. You're being advertised to. Watch it! Overall, the game is pretty impressive for the time, and I like the way that they adapted it, but it's too hard for my weak baby brain to play well, and unless you're a very curious Monkey Ball fan, there's not a ton of reasons to revisit it today. I mean, I guess if you don't have a GameCube and instead only have a computer from 2003, fucking go for it. Still an interesting little tidbit from a bygone era, but Sega was not done on their promotional Flash game tirade. Monkey Ball 2 came out a year later, and by this point, Sega had decided that the way to sell this game to dumb babies on the internet was not through a loose adaptation of the classic main game with unwieldy mouse control. No, Monkey Ball is a game for party animals. The back of the box says so. Which means that the logical way to promote Monkey Ball 2 is to recreate some of the party games. We have Monkey Target, because why wouldn't we? Monkey Baseball, and Monkey Bowling. If you check the credits, you'll notice that the game was developed by Adam Glazier, which means that 13.4 has been promptly kicked to the curb. May they rest in peace.
One of the games present in the collection is Monkey Target, a beloved Monkey Ball staple that has been given great care by being completely butchered in most iterations. This version is no exception, but that's not necessarily the developer's fault. Converting this minigame to a Flash game already sounds incredibly awkward in concept as it is, but honestly I thought they could have done a worse job. It begins with an instruction screen that looks ripped straight out of the original, already appearing to be more faithful in the first Flash game. Starting, we see a pre-rendered animation of Eye rolling down the ramp, then we are prompted to open his wings, followed by the camera shifting and show the one shade of blue ocean with the target in the distance. The gameplay on this one consists of you shifting Eye left to right to collect banana bunches and stars. That's when you get above the target and try to land on it to gain more points, just like the original, and your total gets added up after 3 rounds. From purely a graphical standpoint, this game honestly blew me away a little bit. Although a lot of graphics are just pre-rendered assets from the actual Monkey Ball 2, it comes together in a way that's fairly natural, well aside from the general being a Flash game looking animations. It even includes a radar and altitude meter, although they're pointless to have stripped down this minigame is. Unfortunately for this one, the actual gameplay is really shallow. You really just move left and right and that's it. You can't even fly higher or lower whatsoever, and there's a little bit of delay when you actually move left to right, since this game tries to emulate the same loose turning as the original. Although it doesn't really affect the game too much, it does feel fairly awkward, and the camera angle the game gives makes it really hard to gauge the fall into the target. I'm not sure what the deal is with the Monkey Ball franchise and being really bad at making Monkey Target good past Monkey Ball 2. On the Monkey Target tier list, I'd place it below Monkey Ball Adventure, only surpassing N-Gage, since at least this one actually functions like it's intended for the most part. Dude, I have it out for N-Gage. N-Gage is dumb and stupid.
Because this game allows you to move left and right, but not up and down, it requires no skill. No skill! A big part of the appeal of Monkey Target on console is the immense strategy you have to put into your flight. Going down makes you go faster, but it brings you closer to death, while going up will do the opposite. You need to achieve optimal speed and altitude in order to score high. In the Flash game, you just gotta line eye upright, learn the difference in perspective when you approach the target, and drop. Once you get a feel for it, you can land the target every time, and it's not even remotely challenging. They probably added this game because it's far and away the most popular party game in the franchise, and it's not a bad conversion for a Flash game of the time per se, but it doesn't have anywhere near the same longevity. You can play this for like 20 minutes and be good for life. Next up is Monkey Baseball.
Start! Strike!
It's monkey baseball, all right. But they kind of like cut it in half. You only ever bat, never pitch. Although, as a result, it's a pretty reasonable recreation of the GameCube version. The camera stays pretty static when batting, but other than that, I mean, you use the arrow keys to move and the spacebar to hit the ball. Only time the camera ever shifts is when you get a home run. I have to say, the actual physics combined with the lack of the wheel that determines your playfield means that this game is much easier in practice than regular monkey baseball.
Honestly, that's all there really is to say about this game. Just monkey baseball, but as a Flash game. Nothing mind-blowing or anything. So, why am I saying this? I say nothing for the entirety of monkey baseball, and I just go like, yup, that's it. Finally, we have monkey bowling, that one minigame you forgot existed. Honestly, I think this one may be the best out of the lot. For one, functionally it works exactly the same as its console counterpart. You line yourself up on the lane, moving one pixel at a time like a scratch game, press space to stop the yellow bar, add spin to compensate, then press space to roll over pins. It consists of 5 rounds instead of 10, which isn't surprising considering it's a Flash game. It is admittedly a little easier due to the yellow bar being more easy to follow, and the hitbox behind the pins is especially lenient, but honestly this one is incredibly faithful as an adaptation of a console minigame, at least more than the other ones can attest to.
This is definitely one that's hard to talk about because it's definitely the most faithful and most fun. I do want to point out how low-res II is in this game. He looks so faithful to the GameCube model in the other two, but in this one, I thought it was the Junior sprite for a minute. What happened? But I mean, yeah, it's monkey bowling. You bowl with a monkey. Get off my lawn. If you want to run this Flash game today at rapid pace, you're in luck because the devs actually included an option to play all 3 minigames in a row. One interesting thing about Super Monkey Ball 2 Mini compared to the first game is that we were actually able to find 3 different versions of it. It seems that this one was continually updated for a few years, not with new minigames, but with new promotions of Monkey Ball console games and merchandise. The first version is one from the Japanese Amusement Vision website, very early with no frills aside from the credits. I do think it's very interesting that they used this same Flash game to promote Monkey Ball 2 in both territories, though. The first English version has a lot more going on by comparison. Like, there's a button to enter a contest of some kind. Not sure what the conditions or prize were, but it's pretty interesting nonetheless. Not near as interesting as the next menu item, however. Monkey Ball watches? This vague question has been haunting me for weeks. Ninjastar and I have Googled this extensively and turned up nothing. Monkey Ball plushies and action figures from that era are pretty easy to find pictures of, and they even turn up for sale sometimes. If it weren't for this archived promotional Flash game, the idea of officially licensed Super Monkey Ball watches would be but a myth, a mere whisper of an ancient time with absolutely no evidence of its existence left. We got lucky. There's also a buy now button, which we can assume redirected to the Monkey Ball 2 homepage.
We're not entirely sure how long this particular game is available to play, but apparently it's survived long enough to be used as the front to show for Adventures at least. This is quite an image right here. Seeing Monkey Ball 2 on the same screen as Super Monkey Ball Adventure is honestly one of the funniest things I've ever seen from this franchise as a whole. Aside from that, either nothing else is archived, or that's the last this particular minigame has been updated before its eventual fade out of relevance. Honestly, I'm just gonna guess that it was because of the Monkey Ball website going down and like the whole Banana Blitz. I think Banana Blitz is the reason why the minigame stopped appearing, because they didn't need it anymore because of the different art style. I think that would make the most sense.
Overall, while these games obviously aren't the most functional, practical, or useful thing to play nowadays, they were pretty respectable attempts for the time, especially for the first game, and they're fun time capsules to look at and learn about. I hope that you guys enjoyed sitting down with us to do just that, but honestly, they're just not enough for me. I'm still not allowed to use any of my consoles, so my personal need for Monkey Ball browser games is at an all-time high. Sega only made these 2. I'm gonna need to venture forth to the dark side. More. I need more Monkey Ball content!
Jonii, you need to stop.
What? Have you turned your back on me?
I don't know. I just think you're going a little farther.
Nonsense. We've exhausted all the Flash games. Now the only thing to turn to is the fan fiction. Are you with me, Ninja? Ninja? Ninja! Damn it. I guess I'm gonna have to do this myself. Chapter 1. God damn it. I's POV. I was hanging out with Gon, Yan Yan, and Dr. Jam that everyone hates for some reason. Then I realized that I haven't seen Mimi. Gon, have you seen Mimi? No. All I have been doing was looking at porn. Sigh face. I thought I got you off of that addiction. Fuck no. There's Pretty Woman with boobs.
Johnny Jeremy YouTube man, what in God's name are you reading?
It's for school? This is Jonii signing off. Peace! Hey everyone, thanks very much for watching our video about Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2 Mini. If you haven't already, I recommend that you check out Ninjastar Compass's content. He's the one who had the idea for this video, and it was great to work with him. I'll link his video about Microsoft Plus games for Windows XP in case you want to see more videos about outdated Relic games from PC. If you want more of Ninjastar and myself, you can also check out the EE Podcast, which, as the name implies, is a Monkey Ball podcast that we do with a few other Monkey Ball YouTubers like Jeff Compass, Greg Cubed, and Pixel Pursuit. I also want to shout out Goober13MD. As I said, he made a really great video about these Flash games and some of the other Monkey Ball Flash games that were made over the years. It's the first video he's doing in a series about obscure Monkey Ball games, and you don't want to miss the rest. So be sure to subscribe to him. And finally, I want to give a shout out to my friend Justin, who voiced my mother. He may or may not have been pitch shifted, but he did a great job. I'm Jonii, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.